All right, so if you're a P6 user, you know that feeling, right? A new update drops and you're kind of wondering, what's really new? Well, I've got to say, the latest release, version 25.12, is actually packed with some stuff that's going to be genuinely useful. So let's just dive right in and see what's going to make our day-to-day a little bit easier.
So here's the thing. This update isn't some massive ground-up rebuild. You're not going to have to relearn everything. Instead, you should think of it more like a series of really smart, targeted upgrades. Honestly, it feels like Oracle has actually been listening to us, you know? A lot of these changes are direct answers to things P6 users have been asking for. It's all about making things more efficient and giving us more control.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this down. First up, we'll look at smarter control with fewer clicks. Then we're going to talk about supercharging your baselines. After that, we've got some new, what I'm calling crystal ball fields. And finally, we'll peek at some of the under-the-hood upgrades. Let's get to it.
All right, first up, smarter control, fewer clicks. This is all about taking charge of your data with some new flexibility and, importantly, some new warnings to keep you out of trouble. Okay, let's kick things off with a big one, an update to global change that is just fantastic. You know the old way, right? If you wanted to exclude just a few activities, you had to build these really complex, annoying filters before you even started. It was a total hassle. Well, now, P6 just shows you everything your filter selected, and you can literally just uncheck the ones you don't want. Click, click, done. It is a massive time saver.
And really, that's the whole point, right? Precision. You can now make these surgical changes to your project data right on the fly without all that clunky setup. It's just so much more intuitive.
All right, next up, a new safety net. And this is a big one for preventing those oops moments. P6 now has this optional warning system that'll pop up and alert you if a change you're making is about to create out-of-sequence progress. It's a really simple feature, but man, it can save you from some major headaches.
So here's how it plays out. Let's say you go to update an activity. You're trying to mark it as started. But wait, one of its predecessors, maybe a finish to start one, isn't actually finished yet. Bam! P6 pops up a warning. And the best part is you can just click View and it'll show you exactly which relationship is causing the issue. Super helpful. Now, it's worth noting this is just for manual changes you make, not for stuff like the automated Apply Actuals update.
Okay, moving on to our second section, supercharging your baselines. Seriously, if you live and breathe by your project baselines for comparing and reporting, you are absolutely going to love these next few updates.
And look, this isn't just one thing. It's a whole bunch of awesome quality of life improvements for how you manage baselines. For starters, you can import baseline assignments from XML files now, which is huge for portability. And finally, you can see the baseline ID right there in the Maintain Baselines dialog. No more guessing. You've also got more powerful filtering, you can add baseline variables to reports, you can check out baselines with a project to do offline EV calcs, and you can even convert multiple projects to baselines all at once. It's a lot.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? Simple. Your baselines are now way more portable, more transparent, and just better integrated into your workflow. They're easier to manage, easier to report on, easier to move around. It's all about making that supercritical project data more useful and accessible every day.
All right, time for section 3, and this is a cool one. The new crystal ball fields. P6 has added 2 new metrics that are designed to give you a much clearer peek into the future of your project's performance.
Okay, so the first new field is called Estimate Time to Complete. Now, don't confuse this with just remaining duration. This is way smarter. It's a projection that's based on how you're actually performing. It takes your original plan and adjusts it based on your schedule performance index. So it's basically forecasting the time you'll need to finish, but it's factoring in your team's real-world efficiency. Pretty powerful stuff.
And the second field is a variation on that, Estimate Time to Complete labor units. This one drills down even deeper. It's not forecasting duration on the calendar, it's projecting the actual effort, the person hours that you'll still need. It does the same kind of magic, but it looks at your planned labor units and adjusts them based on your labor performance index. So it's all about the actual work, not just the time. So, why should you care about these new fields? Well, because they let you spot if your productivity is starting to slide, way earlier than before. You can forecast your resource needs more accurately, and you get a real heads up on potential overruns before they turn into a 5-alarm fire. And the best part? You can use these fields everywhere you'd expect. In your filters, your groups, sorting, you can even slap them on your bar labels. Okay, last section,
Let's pop the hood and take a look at the under-the-hood upgrades. These are the kind of technical improvements that you might not notice on day one, but trust me, they're working in the background to make the whole application run a lot smoother.
Now, if you work with massive projects, you are going to love this. You know how you'd open a huge project and just sit there staring at the loading bar? That's because P6 used to load everything. Every calendar, every notebook topic, right at the start. Well, no more. The new default is to load that stuff on demand. That means it only pulls the data when you actually need it, when you click on it. The result? Your projects open so much faster.
Okay, this one's for the admins and the tech gurus out there. There's a brand new SQL logging tool. It's basically a modern replacement for the old SQL trace, and it'll give you a much better way to analyze and troubleshoot the chatter between P6 and the database.
Here's another one of those small changes that just makes you say, finally. You can now change the database read timeout value right in the database configuration dialog. No more digging around in some random XML file to find the setting. It's simple, it's effective, and yeah, it was definitely long overdue.
And one last one here, especially for the schedulers in the room. The scheduling log got an upgrade. Now, when you run into an issue with predecessor calendars, the log actually tells you the specific calendar names and project names involved. It makes hunting down and fixing those scheduling conflicts way quicker.
You know, at the end of the day, I think this quote from Oracle's own summary really nails it. The goal is to deliver improvements that make our lives a little better and easier. And that's exactly what this feels like. From the smarter controls to the faster performance, these are real, practical changes for how people actually use the software.
So, as we wrap this up, I guess the big question really goes back to you. When you think about it, is it the surgical precision of the new global change? Maybe the forecasting power of those new ETC fields? Or hey, maybe it's just the simple joy of faster loading times. Which of these new features do you think is going to have the biggest impact on how you work? I hope this rundown was helpful. Thanks for tuning in.